Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shane, and today we're gonna be sitting down and doing makeup. I don't know what we're doing. I was really inspired recently because I saw where to go. I don't know anymore. Where to go? I don't know where are you? Anywho, I'm kind of pressed on time because I think my daughter's waking up. But I was inspired recently by the Sugar Pop palette you're gonna see in this tutorial. I saw this gorgeous blue color in that palette and I knew I wanted to use it in some sort of makeup look. So in this tutorial, we get to play with a little bit of makeup and I hope you guys want to stick around and see how I got this look. So if you do, then please keep watching. Alright, so to get us started, I'm just going to fly through my face routine really quickly off camera. So I'm going to do my foundation, my concealer, my setting powder, and fill in my brows. I'm going to link a full face routine in the description bar below. It should be the very first thing. My face routine hasn't really changed too much since that video, so I still think it's a really good reference video, so let me go ahead and do that and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, once I have all of that done, I've actually gone a step further and I primed my eyes using my usual NYX jumbo eye pencil in the color Milk. I only really do this for two reasons. A, it brightens up the entire eye, so I really like to do that technique, especially if I'm using colors because it helps the colors pop, but also just simply I don't have an eye primer. I was considering getting the MAC paint pot, but I kind of want to look for something that's cruelty free. So if you guys know of any really good primers, either drugstore or high-end, please let me know. It's so bizarre. Second time I filmed a tutorial in a week and it's windy again. I don't know why. Anyways, my inspiration for today's tutorial, not exactly sure what I'm doing, but we're gonna wing it. I had come across this palette by Too Faced. This is a Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. This is not a new palette in my collection. I've actually had it for a while. But I saw this beautiful color right here called Blue Raspberry and I'm like, I need to do something with that now. So most of my eyeshadows I'm going to be concentrating on this palette to try to make it as easy for you guys as possible. I may dip into my beloved Galaxy Chic palette from BH Cosmetics, but I am being so unbelievably careful with it because it is crushed. It fell and it smashed into 1,000 pieces. There's no saving that. So I need to order another one, but there are some really nice blue transition colors we may be using, but I'm gonna try to keep it just to these two palettes. First things first, I'm gonna find a flat shader brush, which is already presenting a challenge. Aha, got one. So I'm gonna begin by simply taking this Blue Raspberry color and I'm gonna pack it on my lids. Oh my god. Oh, this is gorgeous. Beautiful pigmentation right away. Honestly, I wanted to stay away from using water on any of the eyeshadows during this tutorial because I really wanted to see how these shadows would work dry. My god, am I getting some beautiful color payoff. Now sometimes you'll notice in my tutorials that I kind of do this weird thing where I'm like almost pulling my lashes, and that's because I am. Very gently. I tug my lashes down very slightly so that way I'm able to get my brush right into my crease. So that way when I close my eye, my entire lid is covered. If you don't want to tug on your lashes at all, you can just look directly down into a mirror as well. And that way you can see your entire lid as well. Very buildable as well, I'm noticing. The first layer or so I was noticing some patches, but as I'm going back over it with a little more shadow, those patches are covering right up. Next, I want to go into a crease color. So from the same palette, I'll be picking up this peachy orange here called Macaroon, sorry. And right where the blue ends, I'm going to place this macaroon color right over it. I don't think I want to bring the shade in too far this way, so I think we're going to stop about halfway in our crease. And then just bring it back and work it into our outer V as well. Even the color payoff on this lighter color is gorgeous. I'm kind of obsessed with this palette at the moment. So we're stuck with something that looks a little like that. Now I'm simply going to wipe off the exact same fluffy brush that I was just using and go back into this blue color, and I'm going to work it a little bit into our crease, but I'm just not going to bring it up as high as this peach color. Don't worry too much about blending it into the outer corner because we're going to deepen that later with a different blue shade, so more so just smoke it out in our inner crease. And just make sure it's transitioning nicely between the blue into our peach. I always say this in my tutorials because I feel like it's not said enough. Do not be afraid to go back into colors and add more if you feel like you need to. Most makeup looks are gonna look ugly as you're doing them, but I promise in the end it's all pulled together and it looks gorgeous. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of a wider crease blending brush. With nothing on it, I'm just going to blend my crease out a little bit more. I may actually go back in to that peach a little bit too, because we lost a little bit of the intensity as we're blending in the blue. So I'm just going to put a little bit down and then go into the fluffy brush with nothing on it and blend that back out. I am so tempted to go get some water because next we're going to be going into my BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette, which those shadows are baked so they worked best wet. We're going to try it without it being wet, but we'll see. So I'm going to go into the color called Earth, and because I just didn't want it to just be all one shade of blue on my lids, I'm going to take Earth, which is a little bit lighter, and I'm going to pack this on my inner, not even third of my lid. Really, it's more of a fourth. And I'm not really going to bring it up into the crease either. I'm really just going to pat it right on the lid a little bit, just so it's not, again, just one color. It has a little more dimension in it. If we're going to be darkening up the outer corner, I want the inner corner to be a little bit lighter. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. This shadow is actually working quite well dry, so don't feel like you have to wet your shadows, but if you really want a lot of pigmentation, I would recommend it. But hey, they're actually working quite well dry. Just another reason I love you so much. For my outer corner, I don't know what I want to do. Let's look at here. Looky. There is this nice, there's this color called Blackberry. It's like a mauvey purple. I feel like it would kind of be unexpected to have this color in my outer V, so I think we're gonna do it. So whenever I'm doing my outer V, I really like to do this, but first I take a small dense dome brush, which there are actually brushes like this at the drugstore. I think Wet n Wild carries some. This happens to come from a high-end palette, but you definitely can find some in drugstores. I have seen them. But I'm just going to take, again, that color Blackberry, and I'm just first dabbing on the color right into the outer V. And I really don't want to take away from the blue because I wanted the blue to be the main focus of this eye, but just to add an unexpected outer V color. Like, it's not brown, it's not black, it's a purple. But I feel like it goes really nice with these colors as well, all blended together. So I just flipped it over to the other side, which has a very convenient, denser, fluffy brush, and I'm just ever so slightly blending this inwards. I'm just getting rid of the harshness of it. And I'm not even going to go in again to the eyeshadow. Whatever I just put on my eyes is all I'm going to keep it, because it's a really nice amount of depth. It's not too heavy. One more time, I'm going to go back into that fluffy brush that had no product on it, and I'm just going to blend this out again. I think I kind of want to do something a little unexpected. I've been really wanting to play with more colors recently. I'm debating on, let's see. Well, first of all, I have this NYX Studio liquid liner in the color Extreme Gold, and I'm thinking of doing a cut crease with this. It's risky, but I think I'm gonna do it. You know what? Hold that thought. I am going to line my eyes. We're still gonna do the bottom lash line. I just want to see what the top looks like to figure out what I want to do. So I think I'm gonna do my liner. We'll do my liner first. As always, I'm using my Hard Candy liquid liner in Asphalt. Okay, my liner is done. So the reason I wanted to do my liner before I did the gold liner is I wanted to see the exact shape of my eyeliner and where it was going to fall with the colors. So now we can go into our gold, and I'm going to attempt to do this on camera. Bring you in nice and close. So this is a beautiful product. I think I've only used this maybe once or twice. I think I actually used this in my Indian bridal makeup tutorial collaboration I did maybe a year ago. Once we decide to come back in focus, we'll continue. So, so basically I'm gonna take this liner and just follow my crease, and then I'm gonna wing it out the same way that I did this liner. My question is, where do I want this liner to go? Do I want it to connect here and then come up? I'm not sure. I'm just trying to envision it in my head what it's gonna, we're gonna commit. Making progress. Okay, I like it. I just think we're gonna have to touch up a little bit of the shadow to make it flow a little bit better. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, but I started about here and I brought it up and around and I connected it to my liner. Now the only problem that I'm seeing is where I stopped the blue and then started the purple, it looks a little bit odd. So I think I'm going to go back in with the blue and fill in this gap between my liner and the gold liner, and then I'll just smoke it a little bit of purple above the gold liner. We'll have to do the same thing on the other eye as well. But I am going to take a smaller brush to get in there with the blue. And I will have to go in a little bit with my liner again and fix it up because I got a little bit of blue on it. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the blue on the other eye, and then I'll just go in with the purple at the same time. So I actually have to line this eye. And what I'm finding as well as I'm going, if you mess up on the gold line a little bit, you can actually go in with the blue and define those lines. It was just a little bit thicker on one part than it was on this one, but I'm always better on this eye. That's why it's my tutorial eye. Alright, now that that blue is fixed up, I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit of that purple and just smoke it out above the gold. Huh? Oh, crap. Sugar and coconuts. Funny because my daughter said her first swear word the other day, which is not funny, but my husband and I have been trying to like come up with different phrases for words, so we're not actually saying the word. So sugar and coconuts. So before we move on to the bottom lash line, I still want to just finish the top of my eyes and see what it looks like, because I'm not sure if I want to do blue down here, if I want to do gold, or if that's going to be too much gold, you know what I mean? I am taking my telescopic in carbon black and putting 2 coats on my bottom and my top lashes. I actually think this gold eyeliner is a little bit higher than this one as I'm doing my mascara, but oh well. I truly don't think it's that noticeable. I'm just being very critical of myself. Honestly, real talk for a second, I get very nervous with makeup tutorials, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't do them very often. I really have to be inspired with color, or like if I'm really excited about a palette, I'll film a tutorial. I love makeup and I play with it so much off camera, but once you get on camera and you're under so much scrutiny, not from just everybody else, but from yourself too, you want your work to be, you know, really nice, it's really hard sometimes. I don't know why I said mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm sorry. Ixnay that. Not yet. We will, but not yet. So I'm gonna go in with my usual Salon Perfect number 615 double stacked lashes and stick those on with some Duo lash glue. My lashes are now on and drying, and I love how it's turning out so far. So as I was kind of waiting for my lashes to get tacky before I could apply them, I was thinking about what I wanted to do with the lower lash line. And I think I want to step a little bit out of my comfort zone and stick with the whole unexpected thing that we have going on with our eyes. So I'm first going to take just this brush. I've been using this for a while just to dust away my powder or fallout. It's just an old stippling brush I just no longer use for foundation. It's awesome for removing powder. But I was looking at the Sugar Pop palette thinking, all right, like what color could I use for the bottom lash line? Do I want to do blue, or is that too much blue? I think I'm going to use this Strawberry Ice lavender, like pinky lavender color here. Because we used a blackberry, it's tying in another family of the purples. So I'm simply going to wipe off that dense dome brush that we use for blackberry, and I'll pick up this beautiful color. And I think this is actually the first time I may be using it. So I'm just going to sweep it underneath my lashes. And because, oh my God, is that beautiful? Because it's such a light color, I'm just smoking it out a little bit. It's not gonna look too harsh, but I just want to make sure that purple can be seen even once I have mascara on. Oh, I'm kind of living for this right now. I may actually, I don't normally take looks, pictures of my makeup looks and post on Instagram, just again because I am so critical of my looks and I never think it's good enough. But honestly, this one, I did good, I think. All right, now that we have that lavender on, I think this is gonna be the make it or break it last product that we're gonna be using on our eyes besides mascara. Again, I was kind of trying to brainstorm, think of what I wanted to do. I think I wanna make that gold pop just a little bit more. So I found this NYX Ultra Pro Mania pigment in the color yellow gold, and I actually think I may have another one of these in another gold, so let me take a quick peek. Oh, I do. Okay, I also have one in the color Oro. Oro is definitely more of a bronze gold, where this one's more of a yellow gold, and this one matches the liner that I did. So I think we're gonna go with this one. So it just twists off, so you do have to be careful not to drop it, but I'm gonna pick it up with this tiny little brush. This actually used to be like an old, an artist like paintbrush. It was never used for paint, don't worry, but I thought it was perfect for my inner tear duct. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this gold pigment. Ugh, do I like it before I continue? I think I do. This is just super pigmented. I'm just tapping it off because I don't want too much gold. I just want to tie in with that liner. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, I'm going to throw on mascara to my bottom lashes, and then we'll go and finish the rest of the face. So I'm going to finish up the face very quickly. I'm just going to bronze my face using my Cocoa Contour palette. I'm not going to go into depth with how I do it, because if you saw my last tutorial, the one right before this, it was like a pink look. I kind of talked a little bit about it. So because I just filmed that video not too long ago, I don't want to go into too much detail with this one. But first, I'm just going to bronze. Whoops. I took that bronzer a little too high. Don't screw it up now, I swear to God. Oh, what are you doing? And then contour. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just blend that all out real quick. Here comes another challenging part, what to do for blush. I know I've used this so many times in my tutorial, so I don't feel like I want to use it, but at the same time I do, because I don't want to add too much color to my cheeks and take away from my eyes. The thing is, I don't own a ton of blush, I'll be honest. That's one of those makeup products I don't really buy very often, so I only have so much, so I think we're gonna go with it. Don't hate me too much. This powder brush needs to meet its maker. Just very lightly adding just a little bit of color to the cheek. I just want a nice flush. Again, that's why I just chose such a neutral shade, because I really don't want you to necessarily notice the color on my cheeks, but at the same time you do. By the way, this is #1 in Romantic Rose. It's like they're big, not the baked ones. Milani also has ones that look like these. It's like the rose pattern one. Here's another one too. So we're done with the face. We are done with the eyes. And next we're moving on to the lips, which probably have been driving you just as nuts as it's been driving me. We are going to go into a ColourPop liquid lipstick. I'm just not sure which one yet. I think I want to keep the shade really light and really neutral, so we may go with Well, I have two options that I'm pulling out. One is Times Square and then the other is Aquarius. I think I may use them on top of each other. Aquarius is a little bit lighter, and this is also a satin lip, not a matte lip. So we'll give this a try. So first I have no lip liner. So first I'm just going to fill in my lips entirely with Times Square. Once that has dried, I'll go ahead and put Aquarius right over it. Aquarius kind of has like a peach to it, which is freaking perfect because of the peach that we added in the crease. Totally planned that. And that is the final look, you guys. I'm so happy with the way that it came out. Perfect timing too, because I think my daughter may be stirring to wake up. What time is it? She's been down for about an hour and a half, so I may have a little more time on my hands. But I hope you guys liked just kind of playing with makeup and coming up with makeup looks. My favorite tutorials are the ones that I don't know what I'm doing. It gives me a chance to really look at what I have in my collection, you know, put colors together that I may not have thought that went together very well, and to come up with really unique looks. I love that. So if you enjoyed, please go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you don't want to miss any new videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button you're going to see on the screen, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!